This story is a little weird. So when I was in the first grade I was sitting next to a boy and all of a sudden he said, "Can I touch your cooter?" I was like, "No, why?" And he said, "I've only ever touched my mom's and sister's cooter." So in my head I was like, "No," and I said after lunch. So when we came back from lunch he was like, "Can I touch it now?" And I was like, "Fine," and he was just rubbing it in. It felt good, so I didn't stop him. Then after a while it felt a lot more good, and long story short I orgasmed in the middle of class. I never told anyone this story, so yeah.
I went to a sleepover with my best friend. She had an older brother that she said was gay and she shared a room with him. I wouldn't have been able to go if he wasn't. Towards the time we were all falling asleep, my friend said I could sleep with her, but her bed was on the top bunk and I was afraid of heights, so I asked to sleep on the bottom bunk with her brother. We were sleeping there and I didn't think anything of it because I thought he was gay, but then I felt him come closer to me and we were spooning like, "Bitch, I thought you were gay," but I didn't mind cause he was hot. He was 16, by the way. Later that day he was smiling at me when I woke up and we were both awake, just cuddling. Later on in the afternoon, my friend and her mom went to the store and I didn't go because I have anxiety and don't like going into stores. I stayed home with the brother and when they left we were just minding our own business, but then I started crying from an edit I was watching and he came up to me and kissed me. We were making out on his bed and then we had sex. We heard his mom coming up the stairs, so we got dressed really quickly and acted like nothing happened. Now when I come and stay the night we always meet up in the bathroom in the middle of the night and I always sleep in his bed with him and stuff, and we do it all the time. Monkey covering eyes.
When I was 14 I was talking to this boy and he was my age and we have been talking for 8 months but weren't official. We have always talked about doing the deed because we have done everything else. So one day he was gonna come to my house, me and him. But then my stupid hoe friends wanted to hang out and I texted him telling him, and he was mad and didn't want them to cock block. They ended up hanging out with us anyways. We were all in my basement and he kicked my 2 friends out and then I sucked his pee-pee and we started making out and then we got at my bed and we took our clothes off, but he couldn't find the hole, his stupid bitch ass, so we never had sex.
So even though we are in quarantine I still went to my friend's house. It was the middle of the night and me and her brother met in the bathroom again. We were initially just kissing and then we're about to do the do, but then my friend's mom burst in the bathroom not knowing anyone was in there and saw me in fucking doggy style face with wide open eyes and flushed cheeks. She started yelling at us and that woke my friend up, so she knew too. Their mom then got her leather belt and beat the brother, then beat me like, "Bitch, I'm not your child, don't beat me." She then called my mom and while I was waiting for my mom to come she was talking to both of us. She was saying that it was wrong, which I knew it was, but I kinda loved him and that I was a bad friend, which I was, and I knew that my mom came and was already mad because it was still like 3 a.m. She then confronted me, but my friend's mom forgot to mention that she beat me, so while I was leaving in the car I mentioned that she beat me and my mom did a full 360 and beat that hoe ass. I didn't even get in trouble after that because I already got beat. I am still dating him though, but I'm not her friend anymore. IDC though, because I still have my boyfriend and she was mean anyways. Woman with medium dark skin tone with a white cane.
When I was 12 a cute boy walked up to me and asked me for my number. Then he texted me his address and told me to come over when my parents are gone, and we lived a block away from each other. So when my parents left I rode my bike to his house. I climbed through his bedroom window because he told me to. Then we were awkward and bored and we were watching a freaky movie. Then we both got horny and started to make out. Then we did the deed and he ate my kitty. Then his sister walked in and started to jerk him off. Then we heard something, so we finished each other. When I was 8 I was at Walmart and had to go to the bathroom, so I went to the bathroom and got in the big stall. While I was pooping, I saw a woman with a wheelchair sitting outside the bathroom stall. I didn't know what the big stall was for, so when she asked if anyone was in there I said yes. She said hurry up and was rude. I got done and left to go wash my hands. When I was getting out she tried to run me over with her wheelchair like, "Ho, if you wanna settle something let's do a foot race." Full moon with face. Man with medium dark skin tone in business suit levitating. A year ago my friend had a birthday sleepover. A bunch of other girls came to the sleepover, but one girl had to bring her brother because her mom had work the next day. We went to the pool and had a fun time. I was just swimming around and my friend's brother had no pants on and I saw his you know what. I didn't mind because maybe his bathing suit fell off because he was doing a bunch of crazy tricks into the pool. I went inside to get some fruit, then I had to use the bathroom and my friend's brother followed me and he pulled down his pants before I could use the bathroom. He told me to have sex with him, so we did. He decided to finger me and I didn't mind. I turned on the shower and we had shower sex. We jumped back in the pool after like 1 hour. All my friends asked where I was. I told them I was sleeping because I fell asleep at 5 a.m. My friend's brother told me to meet him at the back of the waterfall we made out and then just got back into the pool. It was night time and all my friends fell asleep except me and my friend's brother. He took me in the guest room. Once when I was 11 my guy friend wanted me to go over to his house, so I did. Later like at 12 he said he wanted to know what it was like to have sex. I was like what the fuck, and he was actually wanted to do it. Then he leaned in and kissed me and I kissed him back. Then we started making out. Then he took off his shirt and he had abs, so I touched. Then he moved my hand down there and made me touch it. When I tell you it was big, it was big. So then I took off my shirt. Then he grabbed my tits and it felt so good. Then he started to hump me and I tried to fake moan. Then he said it was my turn, so I got on top of him then just started to hump. Then he threw up. He said hold on, so I did. Then he came back, smashed me against the wall, kissed me like so hard I could feel his teeth, and humped me on the wall. Then I actually moaned. We did that for like 30 minutes. Then we heard his mom coming closer to the door. BC, she had heard me moaning. Then she came in and we faked to be asleep on the bed. Then she left and we went back at it. Then I fell asleep and I'm pretty sure he stuck it in, but I hadn't gotten my period yet, so I knew I could not have a baby. And to this one time I was at my boyfriend's house on Christmas Eve and I was going to spend the night there, and his mom was making me sleep on the couch, but eventually I moved up to his room little to find out he was on FaceTime with another girl and we had make-up sex. After I found out he was talking to her the whole time we were together. It was about 2 a.m. and his mom barged in and saw me naked on top of him, and she took my bra and all my clothes and made me Uber home alone at 2 in the morning. I never got my clothes and $80. One time when I was 9 and my friends and sister were playing, when my drunk uncle came over and went inside the house to eat. While we were playing I got thirsty and went in for water. My uncle saw me and I looked up and said, hey, I dropped my water bottle, and it was until I looked down I was his pee out. I ran outside and told my friends. They thought I was joking until they saw him in the couch eating with his pee out. My sister called our mom and my dad kicked him out and I never seen him again. On my 13th birthday, my parents were arguing, which they do all the time, but everyone once in a while it's more brutal. This time it was, and I was bummed because it was my birthday and they were throwing stuff and then threw my whole ass cake. Like, bitch, that's my fucking chocolate cake. Then while I was walking back to my room sad, my dad was still throwing stuff and hit me in the head with a table and I got a concussion. My mom stayed with him like, girl, he deadass gave your daughter a concussion. Sad pensive face. Okay, so when I was in 3rd grade, this girl started sitting next to me on the bus and we became friends, I guess. She lived up my street and invited me over to hang out, so I went. It was all good. We were watching iCarly and playing with Barbies, but then she said she enjoys cutting the Barbies in her kitty, so I immediately decided I went to wash my hands cause that's flippin' disgusting. Then she ran up to me and asked if we